Article 210.12 and B of the National Electrical Code, or NEC, mandates arc fault circuit interrupter, or AFCI, protection for specific circuits. Your interpretation that the code requires all 15 amp and 20 amp branch circuits supplying outlets in bedrooms to be protected by an AFCI is correct. However, the NEC does not state that each bedroom must have its own dedicated AFCI circuit. Regarding smoke alarms, they are not classified as outlets under the NEC. Consequently, smoke alarms are not required to be protected by AFCI devices. The inspector's stance that each bedroom needs a dedicated AFCI circuit is not explicitly supported by the NEC. It's crucial to understand that local or state codes could impose stricter requirements beyond the NEC baseline. These could potentially include the necessity for dedicated AFCI circuits in bedrooms. To address this discrepancy, contact the local building department. Provide them with a copy of NEC Article 210.12 and B. The local authorities can offer clarification on any local codes that might apply to the situation. If the local building department confirms the dedicated AFCI circuits are not mandated for each bedroom, present this official clarification to the inspector. Request a re-evaluation of the initial inspection decision based on the code interpretation from the local authority. Article 210.12 addresses arc fault circuit interrupter protection. 210.12 specifically covers dwelling units. It states that all 120-volt single-phase, 15 ampere and 20 ampere branch circuits supplying outlets or devices installed in dwelling units, kitchens, family rooms, dining rooms, living rooms, parlors, libraries, dens, bedrooms, sunrooms, recreation rooms, closets, hallways, laundry areas, or similar rooms or areas shall be protected by arc fault circuit interrupter protection. This section highlights the broad range of rooms and areas within a dwelling unit that require AFCI protection for 15 amp and 20 amp circuits. 210.12b refers to branch circuit extensions or modifications in dwelling units. It states that in any of the areas specified in 210.12a, where branch circuit wiring is modified, replaced, or extended, the branch circuit shall be protected by one of the following. Firstly, a combination type AFCI located at the origin of the branch circuit. Secondly, an outlet branch circuit AFCI at the first outlet in the branch circuit. This section explains the requirements for AFCI protection when extending or modifying existing branch circuits in dwelling units. The term outlet is defined in Article 100 of the NEC. It defines an outlet as a point in the wiring system at which current is taken to supply utilization equipment. This definition is important for understanding where AFCI protection is required. An AFCI device is designed to detect electrical arcs, which can be a fire hazard. These devices are designed to trip the circuit and interrupt the flow of electricity when an arc is detected. The purpose of AFCI protection is to reduce the risk of electrical fires. The NEC provides minimum safety standards. Local jurisdictions may have additional requirements. It is important to check with the local building department to determine if there are any additional requirements for AFCI protection in your area. In summary, Article 210.12a and b of the NEC requires AFCI protection for most 15 amp and 20 amp branch circuits in dwelling units. However, it does not require each bedroom to have a dedicated AFCI circuit. Smoke alarms are not considered outlets and therefore do not require AFCI protection. If you are unsure whether AFCI protection is required in a particular situation, contact the local building department for clarification. It is important to understand the difference between the NEC requirements and local codes. The NEC provides minimum safety standards. Local jurisdictions may have additional requirements. It is always best to check with the local building department to determine if there are any additional requirements for AFCI protection in your area. In addition, it's worth noting that the technology and code requirements related to AFCIs have evolved over time. Older versions of the NEC might have had different requirements. Therefore, it's essential to refer to the most current version of the NEC and any applicable local amendments. The location of the AFCI device can also be a factor. Combination type AFCIs provide protection against both parallel and series arcs, while outlet branch circuit AFCIs only protect against parallel arcs downstream of the device. The choice of AFCI type can depend on the specific application and the existing wiring conditions. When installing or troubleshooting AFCI circuits, it's crucial to follow the manufacturer's instructions and use appropriate testing equipment. AFCIs can sometimes nuisance trip due to various factors, such as shared neutrals or electromagnetic interference. Proper wiring techniques and troubleshooting methods can help minimize these issues. AFCI protection is an important safety feature that can help prevent electrical fires. By understanding the requirements of the NEC and any applicable local codes, you can ensure that your electrical system is properly protected.